Hello everyone, this is Shayna. I'm here with a really quick flip through of my December spreads. So this is the end of my very first B6 Stalogy that I had, and that's my kid obviously in the background. But yeah, this is the end. I started this June 22nd. So I did a cover page, a 2-page monthly, and a setup like that. So I really think I started in July. I don't really like to say I started in June, but technically I started at June 22nd. So I have my December in here. This was my cover page. These are little snowflake stickers, holographics, hollow stickers from Shine Sticker Studio. I just wrote December in there and drew in this design, like the little specks and stars in there. And I really liked that, so I ended up drawing it in my 1-page monthly as well. I've been really liking this monthly. I started it in October, and it's January now, and I'm even carrying it into there because I just don't need a whole lot of space. I don't do things even not COVID, so this is working perfectly for me. I drew out stuff here. If I need more space than what's in here, I have all this stuff in my Google Calendar, so I'm not really Google Calendar. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not even really that pressed about not having everything in here either, so there's that. But I did carry this theme, like I said, into there, so then I decided to carry it into my Habits and Spending Log too. So I have it kind of around the border here. This is my habit tracker, 2-page habit tracker. And then I also have a section here that is my spending log. And I just use the grid to kind of rate those numbers in there. So then I decided I'll try carrying this out because it kind of looks like washi. So I decided to carry this theme out throughout my entire month. And this was one of my favorite things I've ever done in this Stalogy. My favorite month I think is still October, simply because it was all fox themed, but a very, very, very close second would be this December setup. So I have my 1-page monthly, which I did throughout December, but halfway through December I decided I'm not going to do this anymore, so I'm not doing these in January to see how I like that. So I have just the week overview and then some tasks, so that if I have a task that needs to be done sometime this week, not on a specific day, I'll write it here. And then I just have my normal setup. So I have a sticker here from Shine Sticker Studio, and then my to-do list and my journaling. I fill my pages with journaling, whatever space I have left. If it's a little space or a lot of space, I fill it with some journaling of the day. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I have a schedule section in addition to my task section. This is usually where I track the learning that we do during the day and any events and stuff that need to happen. So like this Wednesday is an example of me filling the page with writing because I only had so many tasks, so I fill it with writing. And then this is just a note from my grandma about a plant that she gave us. So here's another schedule. My schedules are often pretty light. These aren't really a schedule as in like what I have planned to do. It's more of what we did during the day so I can see what time we did it at. I do have learning stuff color-coded using my Pilot High-Tech C Coletto multi-pens. So I have those color-coded. You can see that here too, that it is color-coded based on what it is. So like if I consider it science, it's this orange. If it's reading or writing, it's purple. Math is red. Art is green. Kindness and connectivity is blue. Music is a lighter blue. So yeah. So there's that. I've been adding random stickers throughout my days. So here's more. I actually really liked this page here. I like having these two sections here because I didn't have a specific time that these happened at, so I just wrote them in here. Same with this. Sometimes I don't have much to write, so I just wrote a little bit here and then I filled it in with some lyrics from a song that I really, really love. And then I have my 2-page weekly. This is to log all of these learning items into a full 1-week spread so that I can see everything together and kind of see how our week went. It's mostly for me to see kind of how I was doing. Obviously, if we didn't do a whole lot, usually that means that I wasn't doing that great that day, so it's just kind of an overview. So then here's my next week, another week on 1 page. Same setup, nothing super fancy. The thing I like about how I did change one part of my planning for December, and that part of my planning for December that I changed is that I wasn't setting my week or my dailies up until the night before or the morning of, like the bullet journal method does. So instead of setting up your entire week and having your whole week in one chunk, I have started doing, I think this is about when I started it, but I would just set up Monday. Do my Monday, and then the night of Monday, I would set up Tuesday. So that allowed me to have extra space because I had therapy on Tuesday and it really messed me up. So that gave me space that same day to write this journal entry basically. And I really like that it kept it with the day that it actually corresponded with, so I didn't have to go find it later on. So I really like that. So then I had Tuesday, I wrote in my journaling, and then I went into Wednesday. And I didn't have a need for, you know, a second page, so then I went into Thursday. And I really like this little design here. I didn't add a whole lot else to some of these pages, but I did like adding that little touch of the design. This was me playing, again, having that extra page that I hadn't set up for the next day. I tried out my memo, which I don't like it. I'm going to be returning it. It prints out their designs fairly well, but it doesn't print out photos well at all. So this is one of the most satisfying pages I think I have in this entire Stalogy. Look at all that stuff that I wrote in here. Some of this I didn't necessarily need to write in, but I mean, the things that I write in here aren't always big things. Sometimes they're little things that I need to do. And that's kind of what I incorporated from the bullet journal method too, is that everything goes on your daily. Even if it's supposed to go on your monthly, it goes on your daily. And then you just know to always flip to your daily and write it in your daily. And then at the end of the day, when you process your day, you can move it to your monthly or your future log at that time. So you're kind of... It doesn't take very long, but you're eliminating that little bit of a second of having to go and find your monthly and write it in there. So I really like doing that, and I've been doing that since this time, where I write everything in my daily and I'll process it after the day ends. This is another journaling page. Again, I filled the whole page, so I filled a whole page of journaling. This is actually stuck onto this page down here, but I've covered it with this big sticky note so that, you know, obviously it's private information, but this did go on the page, straight on the page, and it's just some stuff. So then, some stuff. Then this is my Sunday. Just been using a lot of sticky notes to do the kind of learning stuff. When on weekends I don't track the time that we did things, so yeah, typically, I try to write down the time that this happened at, but if I don't, I just try and remember about what time it was. I had nothing here. This was kind of an extra page between my week on 2 page, so I added a card here from a friend. Here's my week on 2 page. Really still liking this. I'm actually considering getting a whole different Stalogy just for this spread for 2021 and on. I think I figured out that if I do just this and no monthlies, no anything else, I can fit, I think, 3 years into a single B6 Stalogy, so I think I'm going to do that. So then I can kind of compare from, I might even start and add 2020 into that just to keep everything from when we very first started. I'll probably do that. So here's another week, super light on things to do and stuff like that. I had nothing done this day. I had cut nails and I didn't even get that done, which is funny because I have this header here. But so instead, since I had nothing written here, I didn't really have anything to journal. I let my kid go crazy on this page. So, and this is actually a picture printed on my memo of my kid drawing on this page. So that's all the drawing. And I just added the little designs to make it match with the rest of the theme. So then here's some more, again, schedule. I started doing this. I've seen a couple people do this where they, instead of highlighting like the whole section, they'll just highlight a line on down. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm trying it again this week too, and I'm not sure if I like it. So, but I do like having the colors there and stuff. There's another memo picture. So, this sticky tab, or this tab here, most of my tabs are from Avery. They're just the Avery Ultra tabs. This tab is from Shine Sticker Studio. It's obviously hollow, and this was to mark my 2021 Stalogy things that I wanted in my Stalogy, and then my pocket planner, which I use, my pocket rings, which I use as a reference planner. So this was me laying that out. So this was just to mark that. And then I have my Saturday, another full page, added some extra stuff in, have this learning sticky note here. Had no journaling on that day. So then I move on to Sunday. I had this extra page here. I wanted to test these two Tombos with the jelly roll, and it didn't turn out very good at first, but if I let it dry and I went over it one more time, it turned out nicer. I never understood how people could get these to look so nice, but this does look okay, and you can read it. I can even read it on the screen that I'm watching my feed on right now as I film this, so I don't know, I kind of like it. And then this is just our learning for that Sunday. Week on 2 page for learning stuff. Weekly, another daily with no journaling. So this day, because Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays are the days that I actually do the schedule on, I actually forgot to do it this day. So what I did is I just added it to this page, and then that actually allowed me a little bit more room. I kind of liked this 2-page thing. I don't think I could do this all the time, but it was kind of nice for this day. I was able to kind of explain some things. Like, I let my kid have his tablet with ABC Mouse because I needed a shower and a break. This one was Storybot songs. I've been avoiding them, but they're cute, so I don't mind it. There was a video, somebody on YouTube does surgeries with their 4-year-old with Play-Doh, and it is the coolest thing ever. And so I had 2 people actually on Facebook, 2 incredible people tag me in this video to show my kid, because we've been going over so much science stuff and he's so fascinated by the human body, and especially because he was born via C-section, so it would be really cool. They thought it would be really cool to show him how he was born, so we went over that video. And that's just me explaining that, 2 people tagged me in this video on Facebook, and I love that they thought of us, because I really do love that kind of thing. So another day with no schedule section, because this was Christmas Eve. I tabbed this day specifically because of this little quote from my kid saying, he leaned into me in the cutest way possible, and he just says in the sweetest little voice, "Mommy, you're so good to me." And I had to write that down because I almost cried. So I marked that. But then I also marked it because I had a really crazy dream the morning of Christmas Eve, and I was explaining it to my husband, and I just ended up drawing it out because it was just so detailed. There was so much detail, it was so vivid that I wrote everything down. I thought this was really cool. Again, kind of the benefit to not having my week set up is right after Thursday, I was able to write this in and keep it with Thursday. Then I did some Cebuano daily learning, so I wrote this stuff out. Wrote this stuff out on these 2 pages as I learned them in my app, and then I went into Friday. So And this made me laugh because somebody posted this in one of the bullet journal Facebook groups about calling task lists side quests, so I wrote that in there because it made me laugh. These pages are really just very, very simple, no frills lists of things that I got for Christmas, that the kid got for Christmas, that my husband and I got for Christmas. I marked it with the Shine Sticker Studio tab. And then my birthday is 3 days after Christmas, so that's a birthday list. Another Cebuano Daily Learning, but I stopped doing this one because it was about touching silk and I don't really need that, so I stopped doing it, which is why this rest of this page isn't really filled in. But I did get some sticker craft paper, so I wanted to try putting that on the page too, so that's what this is for. Just more normal spreads, nothing fancy. That's kind of the idea, week on 2 page, is that I didn't want anything fancy. So then here's my birthday, not a whole lot happened. I worked that day, so not a big task list, and then some journaling. And again, since it was a holiday week, we didn't do a whole lot of actual learning, so I just used sticky notes. So, and then there's the 31st, and I started the first in my new Stalogy, and here's my little dumpster fire from Peachy Plans, and I just wrote, and there goes 2020. And then there's my notes tab to start my notes section. I still have some stuff to fill in here. I just put Spotify and Goodreads recaps in there, and then I put in this sticker from Stationery Wonderland. And I just said, please see next Stalogy. So I have a couple pages in here to do some end of year wrap up, journaling, whatever. That I still have to finish, so. Oh, and the other thing, when I was in the middle of this month, I think I was like, somewhere in the middle of the month, I actually had the idea to do, or maybe it was earlier than that, I had the idea to do a 1 line a day, but I had this empty page from November. And I was like, I really want to fill this page with something. I don't want to just stick a sticker down. So I put my December 1 line here back in November. So you can see my December tab is right here. I put it back here. It did make it a little difficult for me to remember to actually do it. So in January, I obviously moved it up to my beginning of the month spreads. It's actually, I think, right after my habits and spending log. But I really liked, for me personally, I liked that I'm at a point where I can add this to November and have that not freak my brain out. Because before I would have been like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'll just do something else on this page and I'll stick it in here. But I didn't want to waste this page, so I went back. And I really, really like that I did that. So I just highlighted every other line and wrote in there a little snippet of the day or whatever. And I continued that on for January as well. So there we go. That's my December. Hopefully it wasn't too loud in the background, but I'm not about to, I didn't feel like dealing with it, so there we are. So anyway, that's it. That's December. I hope this was kind of enjoyable. I am actually going to, I have done videos of every single month in this Stalogy, but I think I'm actually going to do a full 2020, well, half of the year 2020 flip through. I'm probably not going to talk through it because that would be ages. I'm probably just going to do a really quick flip with some music or something over and call it a day, but I'm probably going to do that next week. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I always greatly appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.